I don't want to move the Dutch door. I like the door. If it can stay, I'm hoping. This door right here, I come out last night before I went to bed. And well, yesterday I wanted to put the mower somewhere where it wouldn't get, I didn't want it in the rain. I want to show y'all something on this house, on this old garage real quick. I'm going to stand here at the corner. All right, it's hard to say because I got these T-posts leaned up here. And there's some rotten boards, some of this 105 siding at the bottom that's rotten. So I had to screw that up there just to keep the dogs from being able to get out. But this part back here is just as straight from the top to the ground. This wall is still straight. But when you get on the other side of this little Dutch door that I built a few years ago, I don't know if y'all can see it, but it's here, and the wall leans in at the bottom. It's been in. It's like somebody with all kinds of strength came over here to this wall and just pushed on the bottom. So it's level here, and then I don't know how to explain it. It looks like it's been pushed in at the bottom. If there was a way to get that pushed back out, that's what we would really need, but I don't think there is. I think what we've got to do now is just keep what we've got. Now, I've got some siding that needs to be replaced right here. I replaced, if you see, a bottom board a few years ago, and I replaced that. The bottom is a cattle panel. I mean, a corral board, because the 105 siding is like 8 inches. And so I put a treated corral board on the bottom where it was rotten, and then I put that piece right there that's new. But this one needs to be replaced. This section needs to be replaced. And then there's 2 sections right there that need to be replaced right there. And then over here the same way. The bottom two, it's only the 2 bottom ones need to be replaced. But this had rotted at the bottom. I don't know why it rotted so bad. It was not ever touching the ground, but it did rot at the bottom, and you can see how unlevel it. I don't know. Anyway, it is what it is. This is an old garage, like Dad was talking about it in the video Sunday. What was a Sunday that we're eating here, but he was talking about it in his video, and I was watching it this morning. Yes, this is an old Sears garage. It was built in 1940. So it's been here a long time, and I want to keep it if I can, because I no longer have the 1850s home. So I would like to still have the 1940. We're only a few years away from this garage being 100 years old. I'd like to keep it. It doesn't have to be a garage, but it will be a barn. And it's sort of what I use it as a barn now. So I built this Dutch door a while back, and I'm planning on keeping the Dutch door. This barn will be painted red. These pieces will be replaced. This door will stay. I'll have to get a new panel for the bottom. But I've got it all hooked back together. You can do this and open just the top. Okay? The whole point of a Dutch door. Open the top, and then right here, little lady. Okay, so this is just a pile of just random stuff in here. This was a chicken coop on this side at one time. You can see the lay boxes I'd built out of concrete, because, like I've said, the water, when we have rain, comes down my driveway. At my house is at a slope from the road, and it just washes right. You can see this dark stuff. This is wet from the rain. It's dry over there, but it's more wet here. But it just runs down the driveway. It just keeps coming back here, and it runs out the back. So I didn't want my chickens having to lay in wet. So I built that corner one with concrete, and then one right here with concrete. It can be chipped out. It's not but about an inch thick. When we come in here to work in here, when it's actually time, we'll have to take this wire down because it never got taken down. Take down this piece that goes up and this piece that goes this way of 10. Take it all out, cut the wire out. So I've even got wire up here. It's got to come down. And then I was looking at the way it's set up in here right now. I'm thinking I don't want to move this Dutch door. I don't want to move the Dutch door. I like the door. If it can stay, I'm hoping it will stay. So I was thinking of where the stalls could be if it's done a little different than what my plan was. So I'm thinking from this wall here, because this is where the door is. Men can walk in here. Now I'm the only one in my family that can walk in here besides the kids without hitting their head on something. So what we will do before we can put a cow in here, a goat in here, I know I've got my lawnmower parked here and my old one sitting right there because it's got gas in it that I just put in it. I need to get the gas out because I'm not going to waste the gas. But anyway, the first thing that's got to be done in here before an animal can be in here and make it safe is right back there. There's a board leaned up right there, but right against that wall, straight up, needs a new post. Right in the center of this garage, 12 foot in, we need another post going up. And then right here where this post is, needs a real nice good new post going up. And then a new ridge beam going right down the center up there high to take all the load. Okay, and then these collar ties right here, these boards are collar ties. They're nailed there on the outside to there on the outside. I don't know why it was built every other rafter, because you can see there's the rafter and here's the collar tie, but then here's a rafter and no collar tie, but there's a rafter and there's a collar tie, and it does that all the way back. So what I plan to do is come in, and at every rafter, starting with this one right here, every rafter will have a higher collar tie. Every one of them. So there's nothing we can do with the height on the outside, around the perimeter of the building. But once you get in here, these will all be raised up, rafter to rafter, but higher. So we will put new ones up high. Then when the posts are in and the new ridge beam is in and the new collar ties are in, but higher, about a foot higher than they are now, then we will take these out. If it's possible, these will come out. Now, this one, you can see this collar tie right here that goes across has already split. It's been splitting. Look at it. I sistered this on that side and this on this side to keep it intact, but it's already splitting because the weight of this building has shifted. So we've got to get in here and get it revamped. All right, so then when that is done, I will take, if you can see this opening right here, this opening is part of the barn. Actually, see it? You can see we're inside the barn here. I cut that out when I first got this house and I had my horse in here. I opened that up. I put a gate on it, like a barn door type gate, the solid with the Z in it, hinged to that wall. So I took all that out and put a gate there, so she could go to the back and come back in. And I did have it about halfway. She wasn't, she had all of this side. And it was before I'd built, now these two doors are down here because they done rotted. Because I'm telling you, this building was falling. But here's this one. But before I'd built these, and there was nothing on the front because it was a garage. This was an open side to pull in, and this was an open side to pull in. All I did was come across here with 2x, like 2x6s, and made like where she could come to it and look out. It was a stall. But she had this whole thing from back there all the way to this outside. She could look out. Her water trough sat in this corner. And this is where she would come during rain or whatever. Okay, so what I'm going to do for Molly and the goats is this whole side will be what I would call the loafing shed. This will be, I will take down these two sections and it will all be open. Molly's stall has to come down. The old one that's out there has to come down. And the tin will come down, and then I will cut this 105 siding out. And this will be an open. And all this from all, well, these old posts will go out because it will have new posts in here. But then this will be the stalls on this side. And what I'm going to do is this little end down here that was originally a chicken coop when I first moved here. And that's why you can see, I think I already talked about it. Okay, well, this was the original chicken coop. So from this corner here, this post, over, this will be a small stall for a sick goat or a goat with a baby, or there will be one small stall by itself for something. It may even be where Molly's calf will go during the times that I'm milking her, because that's that. Then there will be open right here. This will be this doorway right here. When you come in this door, you're almost going to come into this little hallway. And I know it's wasted space, but it's the only way that I can ensure that there is not an animal that can access this door. So there will be, you know, fence here. And from this one over, there will be a fence here. Okay? So there'll be a space for me to walk right through here, straight across. And a gate right there, a small gate over here, and a gate right there. So there'll be 3 gates. One, or I may not even put a, no, there has to be a gate because the cows will be on the other side and the goats will be on the other side. So there'll be 3 gates that go into 3 different compartments here. And the only other thing that I'll have to think about on what to do will be a feed room, because I've got to be able to store the feed and stuff out here. So if I can't store it in this walk space, I don't think it would be big enough. I mean, we're only talking whatever this is behind me, 3.5 foot wide. So hopefully that works out that way. But somewhere I have to figure out a feed room. I don't really want a feed room where a goat might have to be at some point. I don't really have a lot of room. If I leave all that as loafing, then, you know, I could take this end down here, maybe, because this is the end. Like if I'd pull in with the truck, I would back up and come right around that corner with my feed and hay. Might come here. So maybe 4 foot in, I could put the wall up. So Molly, I mean, you're only talking half of it. You're only talking the loafing part. So they would still have all that down here, but 4 foot in, you know, from here to there, 4 foot, and all the way over would be hay and feed. That might be an option. And then Molly will have her gate that enters into her stall right here. She would enter in right here. I would milk her. I would feed her. Everything would be done in this room. And her calf can I can either put her little calf in this little walk space that I will have to come in and out with this door, or I'll put her calf over there where the small stall would be when Molly's being milked. Other than that, we won't need to separate them until it's time to get, you know, to sell or to give away the calf, depending on whether it's a bull or a heifer. So that is, I think, my plan of this being the stall side and this being the loafing side. So all of that would be closed up. I probably would go up 1 or 2 more boards right there of the 105 siding all the way down and make it all even. But then have that real long open window for airflow. That way it has to be closed or they would be out there. And I don't want them to have access to that part of my yard. I could say, well, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put a fence up at this corner and go that way. Or I could put a gate, I could put the gate right here. I could maybe do that and give them this this part too, so they would just come down and in. I don't think so. I don't think they need that. I think they just need to open that, and this need to be all closed up, just about up to here, so they have airflow through there. And on this end right here, I'll have just one door, maybe whichever one of these doors. This one's still the best because those started rotting at the bottom. This one still looks good, and it's sitting on this concrete slab that I put around it. So I could put it right in this corner, right here, and I could throw feed and hay, a couple of bales of hay. I can keep the rest of the hay in the feed room back there, the old feed room, and just use, you know, my wagon right there and my golf cart or whatever to run around and get it when I need it and bring it back, and just keep 2 bales here all the time. Easy access to it. And the feed. And then 4 foot in, it would have to be solid, because if they know there's a feed room here, they would be fighting to get in here. So you couldn't just do cattle panels. It would have to be a solid wall, so far up, maybe even all the way up. It might have to go all the way up, solid wall, just to so they don't know and have absolutely no way of accessing the feed, because goats and cows can be very, you know how goats and cows can be. Anyway, that is the plan for this garage. So at some point, see, I've already got the goat feed back there. Molly's feed's still on the porch. But when I put the hinge, because the hinge had come off of that, the bottom, it had rotted off. In fact, that board that got rot is right over here. And the hinge is still on it. But it's bent because of the way it was. Look at that. Look at that. It's bent because of the way it had, the building is. So I just went to the barn and to the shop and found another hinge and hinged it. So now I'm able to access this door. So it's easy to, I could easily get Molly's feed in here now because I have access right here. I could bring all the feed, just like I plan on doing. I could bring feed in here and everything in here. Just like the hay's over there and the goat feed is there. I can be Molly's feed in here, and because I can go in and out this door right here. I mean, this is just a screen door latch. That's what I put on it when I first built it. So, and I can go right out and feed her and come right back, put the bucket back in, then right over there, I grab the hay, I throw it over, I get their feed, I throw it into their feeders. It's coming together, even though this is not even ready for what I want it to do. It's doing a little bit of it now already, and that makes me extremely happy. So happy. All right, so now y'all see the inside of this barn, and it's horrible and it's disgusting. And I'm going to do some stuff out here today. I'm going to take down this pegboard. I'm going to see if Steph wants it for anything they have out there in their, they may want it out there in their new shop. It's just got cobwebs on it. It just needs to be swept off. And that's going to give me my access to walk through here. Because right now when I come in to get hay, the last couple of evenings that I've been coming through, I have to come in. I come in this door, but then I have to walk all the way around. And I usually go out and then I just come back in over there. And I'd rather just be able to come right here. And look at her laying down over there. She's so pretty. I love her. Look, ducks behind her. Can y'all see the ducks laying behind her? Anyway, that's the plan for this room. And I can't wait. This barn. Look how scary it is. Look at the cobwebs hanging. What is that? Almost 100 years of cobwebs. Anyway, I put these windows, look at these, this is so nasty. I put these windows in when I fixed the outside when I was working in my yard one day. And it'll be one of the first things I do. In fact, it'd be something like I could literally do that in the next day or two. And I'll show you what I mean. This door is here. It's workable. Oh, well, I really can't do it yet because I need to replace those. But this could be one of the first things that gets done, and this building gets painted red. The trim is going to stay the cream color. I may even leave this green on here for the door just to pop off of the red. There was two planters. I had one on this window and I had one on this one. You can see what's happened. And I'm going to tell you what did that. Cats did that. Cats did that from jumping into that planter and laying in the planter. All right, my yard is looking pretty. All mowed. Man, I wish I could get I know I asked Daniel to come and clear some brush over there on the far side by between mine and Debbie's in the front, because it's just really, really bad over there. It looks real bad over there. But that little spot right there between them trees, I'm gonna have to start planting some stuff. I don't want to come out on my front porch and be able to see straight across into the yard of the other people. So, you know, these people across the street over there, they're a little weird over there. They're those kind, like the guys out there always wearing their pants hanging down, like way, way down, where they're having to walk funny because their pants are hanging that low. It's just disgusting. But they're also always just sitting out there. And I know they're not just sitting out there looking over here, but it's like, I try to act like I don't see people, and they're just sitting there watching. What, like if I'm mowing and stuff, they just watch me the whole time. I hate that kind of stuff. But I love the fact that my tree line driveway hides a lot of that, unless I'm out near that, you know, side off over there, mowing. And you just sort of can't help it. And in the winter it's worse, because you can't, there's, you know, some of that you can see right through. In the summer it's all full and green and it's not as noticeable. But that big hole right there, I really one day want to get that, some stuff growing up right there, so you don't. Let me just start here. At some point this will no longer be able to park in there. Anyway, I got Molly's feet in here, put it up on some blocks so it's not sitting in the dirt. I got this trailer sort of twisted around. I took down, there's that pegboard right there. I'm gonna see if Buddy wants it. I took it down from here so I can walk through here now. Now the generator does need to eventually come out of the box, because this is a big one that will run the well, and I've not had to use it yet, but it's still in the box. And I've had it for after Harvey. It came just a month or two after Harvey, and it's never been out of the box. There it sits. Praise God. I've got it. Just haven't needed it. Praise God. All right, so there is just, when you look around in here, you think you can't fix that. But I believe it can be fixed. But I see things all the time when I walk in here, something new that's like, you see, I redid all these. I did all of this when I was fixing that wall out there to make it look pretty. I put these two windows in, and I come in here and I put new studs in next to old ones. You can see them up in the corner over there. I just redid it all. Those were okay down there, except this rotting at the bottom down there. That block has turned. Can y'all see that block? It's cattywampus now, and that means that post is cattywampus. So that's got to be fixed at some point. I was gonna say, look at these corners. How much stuff is there? That white one was the original 2x4 that was in this wall, for this wall of this barn. And then somebody, I didn't, but that got filled in later. And then I came in and did this on this side with that, there's a 4x4 right there. So it's like all this pile of stuff keeping this wall up. But you can see it. Can you see it smiling? It's smiling at us right there. It needs a post right there. And the same way over here. It's just crazy. And this is real kicked out. You can see how much this wall is. Look at that. It's over here, down here. If you were to try to go straight, your finger would be right about here, and it would eventually go up. See? I'm trying to find, I'm just saying that's not straight. You can literally see it kicking this way. It's down here, and then it's way up here over here. It's just the way the building is wanting to lean. There's no way to get the lean out of the building. But we can hide the lean by new post and new siding that looks straight. Everything will look straight from the outside, even though we will see that it's not from in here. But we can get all this fixed. All this can be fixed. When that new post goes in here, that'll go up straight. That's going to pull that up a little bit straighter, but we'll put another post there. That all needs to be built back in. And then I'll build out here too until I get to wherever I want the door to be. And I think I'm going to make that into a barn door with a slider. Instead of hinging this, I'm going to put the slider things on it, and it'll just slide across this trim up here at the top to go into the feed room part. But I've got it all cleaned out and I'm really happy. I mean, I can't do anything about the cobwebs and stuff, and they don't really bother me. But I don't want to take out too much in the middle until I see we don't know what's holding this building up. Until if we start knocking posts out and we don't have new post in, it could be a horrible, horrible situation. So I'm not going to take anything out until we get new stuff up in here. But I'm real happy with this. It's all clean and I don't know if I talked about it, but I think I'm going to leave that wall. I'm not going to take all that out. I've thought about something. If I leave just this opening right here for the animals to come into this part, I'll have the one little stall down there for goats. I won't need to use it. It'll just be there in case it won't be an everyday use. Like Molly's stall will be an everyday use. Her trough will be in here every day. This is where she will eat. And I was thinking, if I don't take down that wall, and this is the entrance in and out for the animals, then I could take all of their feeders and put them, along the wall in here. See, that'll be a corral board wall to a stall, right? So I can put a couple of feeders on it, a couple of them over here. Even a couple, because there'll be the wall right there, somewhere back there, 4 foot in, where the feed room will be on the other side. I could put feeders on that, and that spreads the goats out to eat under here, so they're out of the rain on a rainy day. But I could use this as a hay manger if I wanted to use round bales. Even if I don't use them all the time, I would take that outside wall off, the little short outside wall. I would take it down, so it would just be this wall and that wall way on the, it's hard to show it in here. Anyway, I think this would be perfect for the tractor to come in and drop a bale of hay right there. It's completely covered. On 2 sides is no weather. On the north side and the south side, no weather. It's got a roof and it's got a floor. It would be easy to set rolls of hay down right there. And maybe have like a gate that closes in front of it so they can't go in and eat on it. They can, like open a gate like with, corral boards like this. Open it up, set a roll of hay, close it up, and then they eat through it. Molly would eat over it and the goats would stick their heads through it. I think that would be perfect. I don't know if y'all can see it, but I can see it. So anyway, I'm stinging grass right there. Y'all tired of me talking about stinging grass? Anyway, I'm happy. So yeah, there'll be a wall here. This wall will extend on down all the way to this post right here. And it will go a little bit higher, so it's not quite that open all the way. And then that keeps them from, the cows and the goats can't come here. They'll enter from this doorway right here. They'll come right through here, and they'll just be in this area right here. And when Molly comes in, this is her trek. Trek, 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 up, turn, and into her stall. I can't wait. I think that's what it's going to be. I hope that's how it's going to turn out, because I already see it in my mind. I can see her in here eating. As long as she don't ever hit her head on any of this, because it's got to get raised. Anyway, I'm tired. I'm exhausted. And it was 3:30 and my watch said I'd hit 10,000 steps already. Oh, I seen Buddy over there. I'm fixing to holler at him, see if he wants these gas jugs. And I will see you guys later. Love y'all. God bless you. Katie, I'm trying to do a video.